Tangmere Aviation Museum near Chichester on the 3rd of August 2018. Michael Carter beside Hawker Hunter Mark III. World War II Hawker Hurricane. World War II Spitfire. Mary Rose entrance at Portsmouth Dockyard on the 4th of August 2018. Exhibit of Henry VIII. Brian and Carol Carter beside Henry VIII. Model of the Mary Rose. Cannon in the Mary Rose Museum. Views of the Mary Rose in the Mary Rose Museum. The Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier, the flagship of the Royal Navy, being built at Portsmouth Dockyard. Michael Carter on the Victory at Portsmouth Dockyard. The Victory. View of the Queen Victoria aircraft carrier from the Victory. Michael Carter inside the Victory. Richard Carter on HMS Victory. Gun deck on HMS Victory. Whippet HMS M33 Portsmouth. Michael Carter and view of the Victory from the Whippet HMS M33 Portsmouth. View of the Victory from the Whippet HMS M33 Portsmouth. View of the Spinnaker from the Whippet HMS M33 Portsmouth. The Warrior. Richard Carter on the Warrior. Dining room inside the Warrior. Inside the Warrior. Carol and Michael Carter at Porchester Castle on the 5th of August 2018. Porchester Castle, Carol and Brian Carter at Porchester Castle. Exhibit in the Keep. View of Spinnaker from Porchester Castle. Views of the Roman enactment and St Mary's Church inside Porchester Castle. Roman enactment. Roman soldiers marching. Roman herbal medicine table. Roman implements on medicine table. Richard and Carol Carter at Fort Nelson on the 5th of August 2018. Gun. Basic hospital bed. Improved hospital bed. Living accommodation. Brian and Carol Carter inside Fort Nelson at Florence Nightingale and a Lamp exhibit. Richard and Carol Carter. Cannons. Model of the Warrior, the sail and steam flagship of the Royal Navy. Brian Carter inside tunnel. Gun inside tunnel. Views inside Fort Nelson. Portsmouth Cathedral on the 6th of August. Brian Carter inside Portsmouth Cathedral. Richard and Carol Carter inside Portsmouth Cathedral. Memorial in the floor in Portsmouth Cathedral. Model of the Mary Rose. Silhouettes of the Portsmouth people who died during the First World War. Gore Abbey near Fishbourne on the Isle of Wight on the 6th of August 2018. Michael Carroll and Richard Carter at Gore Abbey. Inside Gore Abbey. Ruins of the original Gore Abbey. St Mildred's Church at Whippingham on the 7th of August 2008. Michael and Carol Carter outside the Whippingham Church. Carol and Brian Carter outside the Whippingham Church. The Battenberg grave outside St Mildred's Church. Michael Carroll and Richard Carter outside Osborne House at East Cowes on the 7th of August 2018. Michael Carroll and Brian Carter outside Osborne House. Outside Osborne House. Queen Victoria statue inside Osborne House. Painting inside Osborne House. Painting of Emperor William II of Germany, oldest grandson of Queen Victoria. Painting of Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria Albert and family picture. Statue of two children. Life-size sculpture of the infant Princess Beatrice. Statue of a child. Inside Osborne House. Carol and Richard Carter inside Osborne House. Inside Osborne House. Painting in Osborne House. Portrait of the Queen's teenage favourite Maharaja Julip Singh. Portrait of Abdul Karim the Munshi. The Dunbar Room at Osborne House. Views of Osborne House from the outside. John Brown's seat outside Osborne House. The Swiss cottage at Osborne House. The King Lud at Ryde on Tuesday evening, the 7th of August 2018. We visited the King Lud Folk Evening on Tuesday evening, the 7th of August. Isle of Wight Pearl notice with slippage of letter A on Wednesday, the 8th of August 2018. Early photographer Julia Margaret Cameron's house at Dimbola Lodge in Freshwater on Wednesday, the 8th of August 2018. Carol and Michael Carter outside the entrance to Dimbola Lodge. Michael and Carol Carter inside Dimbola Lodge. Julia Margaret Cameron's bedroom. Exhibit at Dimbola Lodge from 1970s Isle of Wight Festival. Poster of John Denver from 1970s Isle of Wight Festival. Poster of Chris Christopherson from 1970s Isle of Wight Festival. Photo taken of Carol Carter through the aforementioned frame that would have been used in Julia Cameron's day. Photo of Brian Carter taken through a similar frame that would have been used in Julia Cameron's day. Photo of Alfred Lord Tennyson. Current photo displayed at Dimbola Lodge. Photo displayed at Dimbola Lodge. Camera that would have been used in Julia Cameron's day. Photo of the gardener's daughter. Carol Carter with a white hot chocolate in the Dimbola Lodge Cafe. Brian Carter at Dimbola Lodge. Steam trains at the Isle of Wight Steam Railway at Haven Street on Thursday, the 9th of August 2018. Recently restored carriage at the museum at Haven Street. Brian Richard Carroll beside recently restored carriage at the museum at Haven Street. Michael Carroll and Richard Carter in carriage of steam train taking a 10-mile ride from Haven Street railway station. Looking through the train window. Brian Carter on board the train. Steam train at Smallbrook Station. Main line train at Smallbrook Station. Richard and Carol Carter after dismounting from steam train. Steam train at Haven Street. Haven Street Railway Station. Entrance to Haven Street Heritage Railway Station Museum. Michael and Carol Carter outside entrance to museum. Ajax Scottish train inside the museum. Luggage cage. Goods railway carriages. Hunslet Class 05 D2554 diesel shunter. Trains inside the museum. Michael and Richard Carter in front of Yarmouth train. Michael Carter beside unrestored carriage. Tram that used to run up Ryde Pier. Train carriage converted to chalet outside the museum at Haven Street. Trains between museum and railway station. Steam train at Wootton Station. Railway line at Haven Street. Entrance to Brading Roman Villa on Friday the 10th of August 2018. Reconstruction of Brading Roman Villa as probably was in the 4th century. Mosaic dedicated to Bacchus. Mosaics of a cock-headed man. Brian and Carol Carter at Brading Roman Villa. Brian Carter at Brading Roman Villa. Mosaic of the Cunning Fox. Mosaics depicting the sea. Mosaic of seasonal images surrounding the Medusa. Mosaic of Medusa. Mosaic of sundial and bowl. Sacred pool called the Nymphanium. Russian giant doll-like puppets. Brian Carter behind glass showing puppet figures. Indian puppets. Notice regarding how the name the Isle of Wight came into being. Views of the inside of Brading Roman Villa. Tiles used at Brading Roman Villa. Pictures of the original Brading Roman Villa building covering mosaics from 1909 to 2004. Steel struts that supported the original Brading Roman Villa. Notice on excavations at Brading Roman Villa. Representation of what the Brading Roman Villa might have looked like. Gardens outside the Brading Roman Villa.